During World War II, our grandparents' gardens were not for show. They were victory gardens, vital for survival. Every patch of earth was pressed into service, growing food to supplement strict rations. Compost heaps, not chemical bags, were the source of fertility. Gardeners recycled every scrap to feed the soil. The connection between soil and sustenance was direct and deeply understood. After the war, priorities shifted. Lawns and flower beds replaced vegetable plots, and convenience trumped tradition. Chemical fertilizers promised instant results, making the slow art of composting seem obsolete. The garden became a canvas for products, not a living system. The wisdom of working with the land faded, replaced by a quick-fix mentality. We began to forget the patient, regenerative practices that had sustained us. This was the start of a disconnect from the soil and from the knowledge that once fed us all. After WWII, munitions factories needed a new purpose. Their answer? Turn ammonium nitrate, once used in explosives, into fertilizer. This miracle chemical promised lush crops and effortless gardening, and the public eagerly bought in. Companies rebranded themselves, selling the dream of modern abundance. Governments supported the shift, pushing chemical solutions as the future of farming. Traditional composting and crop rotation were dismissed as outdated. The focus moved from nurturing soil to feeding plants directly with NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. The soil became just a vessel, not a living ecosystem. Short-term gains masked long-term costs, depleted soil life, and growing dependence on chemical fixes. The promise of progress came at the expense of the earth beneath our feet. Only decades later would we begin to see the consequences. Before chemicals, gardeners followed the law of return. What you take from the soil, you must give back. Composting was central. Every bit of organic waste became future fertility. This closed-loop system mimicked nature, building rich humus and sustaining the land. Wise growers also added rock dusts to replenish lost minerals, ensuring a full spectrum of nutrients. The goal wasn't just to grow food, but to build soil capital for generations. Each year, compost and minerals made the earth deeper, darker, and more resilient. This approach contrasted sharply with chemical systems that mined the soil, leaving it lifeless and dependent. The law of return is more than tradition. It's ecological common sense. By honouring it, we invest in the future, not just the next harvest. Healthy soil is our greatest inheritance. Picture two gardens, one fed with chemicals, the other with compost. At first glance, both may look healthy, but dig deeper and the difference is stark. Chemical-fed soil is dense, lifeless, and prone to erosion, devoid of earthworms and microbes. Plants here depend entirely on the next dose of fertilizer, like an addict needing a fix. In contrast, compost-rich soil is soft, dark, and teeming with life. Earthworms and microbes create a living web, breaking down matter and building structure. Humus acts like a sponge, holding water and nutrients, making plants resilient to drought and disease. Fungi partner with roots, expanding their reach and boosting health. This living soil is a self-sustaining system, not just a nutrient pantry. Plants grown here are healthier, tastier, and more nutritious. The difference is not just in the soil, but in the vitality of the food it produces. The secret is simple. Feed the soil, and the soil feeds you. In the 1920s, Sir Albert Howard refined the art of composting into the indoor method, a simple recipe for creating black gold. Start with a heap alternate 6-inch layers of green material, like grass clippings and kitchen scraps, with 2-inch layers of brown, straw, dry leaves, cardboard. Add a sprinkling of activator, garden soil, finished compost, or manure to introduce microbes. Keep the pile moist, like a wrung-out sponge. Build up to 4 or 5 feet, then let nature work. After 6 weeks, turn the pile to aerate. Repeat after another 6 weeks. In about 3 months, you'll have dark, crumbly humus ready for your garden. This method transforms waste into fertility right at home. Anyone can do it. No chemicals, just patience and care. The result: soil that's alive, resilient, and ready to nourish your plants. Spreading homemade humus is more than gardening. It's a quiet act of independence. Composting closes the loop, turning kitchen and garden waste into next season's food. Humus releases nutrients slowly, building strong, healthy plants from the ground up. Plants grown in living soil resist pests and disease naturally, reducing the need for chemicals. The result? More nutritious, better-tasting food for your family. A tomato from humus-rich soil is a world apart from its supermarket cousin. This practice deepens our connection to nature and teaches patience and respect for life cycles. Building soil is empowering. Abundance from scraps, health from the ground up. You don't need a farm, even a small patch or balcony can start the revolution. The journey to independence begins with a simple compost pile. We stand at a crossroads. Chemical agriculture has left us with depleted soils and less nourishing food. It's time to reclaim the wisdom of the past, not out of nostalgia, but necessity. The art of feeding the soil, not just the plant, is more relevant than ever. Anyone can start. Build a compost heap, spread humus, and share what you learn. These practices heal the earth and connect us to our communities. The law of return and methods like indoor are a shared inheritance. Pass them on. Community gardens and school projects are today's classrooms for these vital skills. Let's revive the secrets of the soil and sow a different future, one of abundance and resilience. By getting our hands dirty, we cultivate not just gardens, but hope and independence. It's time to dig for a new kind of victory, one that starts in your own backyard.